In our final section for the chapter 11.5, we're going to talk about recursive rules, but we want to clarify some of the terminology that we're using. Remember, a sub n is the nth term in a sequence. That's often the item we're looking for. A sub 1 is the first term in a sequence. A sub n minus 1 would be the term before the nth term, and a sub n plus 1 would be the term after the nth term. So if we were to put those in order, I would, in a sequence, I'd have a sub n minus 1, the next term would be a sub n, and the next term would be a sub n plus 1. So these are just ways to reference locations of unknown terms in terms of where they are in a sequence. As we go through and talk about recursive rules, it makes sense we're learning two different types of rules. An explicit rule we've already learned. Explicit rules relate each term to its place in a sequence. Recursive rules relate each term to the term before it. Right? So when you're working with it, you're always taking a term, the nth term, and relating it to the term before it, which is a sub n minus 1. So our recursive rules for both types of sequences, both arithmetic and geometric, begin a sub n is equal to a sub n minus 1. So remember, a term is equal to the term before it and then something else. So in the case of arithmetic sequences, a term is equal to the term before it plus the common difference. So in this case, all you really need to find is the common difference. So if I look at this sequence, 32 minus 41 is negative 9. 32 minus 41 is negative 9. And 23 minus 32 is negative 9. So my common difference is negative 9. To write the recursive rule, I know that a sub n is equal to a sub n minus 1 plus negative 9, which would be minus 9. That's my recursive rule. Okay, in the case of a common ratio, a sub n is equal to a sub n minus 1. A term is equal to the term before it times the common ratio. So if I take 11 divided by 33 is equal to 1/3. 11 thirds divided by 11, that's the same as times 1 over 11. That's equal to 1/3. My common ratio is 1/3. So if I want to write the recursive rule, a sub n is equal to a sub n minus 1 times my common ratio, which is 1/3. And that's all there is to writing recursive rules.